Hey everybody, it is Liz with Liz Art Finds, and today we are here with haul number 54, and it was a good week. I've got some good things to share. So we'll get to that momentarily. Real quick first, what sold? What sold last week? So I had some sales. I mean, it's really interesting that eBay sales are picking up, and I truly think it's because I'm going over there and trying to list something. I only probably listed 2 or 3 things this week, but I'm trying to list some things, and just the fact that I'm getting into my account, people are looking at stuff. So I sold this Starbucks tumbler. It had been there for a while. I had originally paid $2.99. It sold for $9. I sold this t-shirt, this Love is Bigger t-shirt. I originally paid $2.99 for it. It sold for $18.69. This one you'll remember because it was just a couple weeks ago. The Mata Hede trivet, there's my hand over here, Mata Hede trivet thing that I was so excited about because I had no idea what it was, and when I saw the comps, it was crazy. So I paid $2.39 for it. I did take an offer on it. I had it listed at $75. It sold for $64. So that is $2.39 into $64 in just a couple weeks. So that was really exciting. I saw, I'm missing one. I must have left it upstairs. I sold, well, let's do this one first. Yeah, it's sitting on the printer is where it is. This one, the Butter Keeper, ceramic Butter Keeper, I found for $2.99. It sold for $18. And then the one that is sitting upstairs, I have the Fenton. It was a big blue Fenton pitcher that I had found at the antique mall in Rhode Island, and I had overpaid. Like, I paid retail for it. So I bought it for $30, and the reason I did that was to have some variety in my Fenton show a while back. It sold on best offer like for $34.20, and after all of the fees and stuff were taken out, I think my net on that was a loss of 88 cents, which is fine because I knew I bought it at retail, and so now it is moving on to a home for someone who will love it, and it's fine. I mean, I made such a huge profit on this guy that I'm cool with an 88-cent loss, and that was a net loss, so I'm cool with that. So that was this what sold this week. Tonight I have my cat show on Niknax. It's my 6-month anniversary for selling live on Niknax, and since I did my first show was all cats, I decided for my 6-month anniversary I would do all cats. So I've got some cats I'm selling tonight on Niknax, starting at 8:00 p.m. Eastern. So if you see this video and it's before that time and you want to join us live, come on over. There's some cute, a lot of little miniatures, like some super cute little clay things and some wood things. And we're going to see 4 of the things today because I found them this week. So yes, let's move into, actually before I do that, one more cat sale, Italy sale next week. So next week is the tour of Italy over on Niknax. It's going to be a huge 3-day extravaganza like we did with the paperweights last month. So I've been focusing on picking up some more Italy things. I have plenty, but I want to make sure that I'm curating the best things. So I wanted to focus on Italy and cats this past week sourcing. So let's see what we found. Drum roll, please. Okay, so I first went out on the 10th, which I think was last Sunday, maybe. I was up in Maryland. My brother was in town at his Maryland house, so I went up there, and I went to a couple of places up there, and then I stopped in and saw him and took a nice long walk and caught up and all the things. So while I was up there, I found a couple of things. I found this little gourd, which I picked up because it was different. I do really like gourds. So it's got dragonflies on it. It's really well painted. It's carved out at the bottom. No signatures, which is weird. And then it's got all these holes. I think because it doesn't have a bottom, I think this is meant to be like a light, like to go over a tea light. Now, I would not put an actual candle or fire in here, but those little battery operated tea lights with, you know, the ones that have the little flicker would look super cute in this. Just add a little bit of mood lighting to a room. So yeah, I just thought he was really cute. I paid $2.39 for him. I think he's worth, you know, 15, 18, 24. I mean, it's really hard to tell because this is one of a kind and there's nothing else exactly like it. The painted gourds range all over the place from, you know, 12 all the way up to 60s and 70s and 80s and onward. This is really well done. And if somebody really likes dragonflies or gourds, I think this is a fun one. So I'm going to say 18 to 24 on this guy, maybe a little bit less, but I don't know. I like him. So I picked him up. The other thing I picked up, I learned some stuff about. So this was just sitting there on the shelf, and I was excited when I turned it over. And you can tell this is old. Like, you can tell this has got some age to it. So it's from Czechoslovakia. The artist is J. M-R-A-Z-E-K. Mrazek. Oh, I forgot to ask Google Translate how to pronounce that. Anywho, I'm really good at butchering names. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I looked the guy up online. And this company, the Peasant Art Industry, made in Czechoslovakia, was only in existence from like I'm saying 1917 and 1933. I'm not sure that's right because I found an article on the artist, and it talked about how he came over from that region in New York. And really cute, Macy's at the time in New York City was selling these kits that were like unfired pottery, kind of like what we see at our paint your own pottery places these days. And they would sell a kit that was the pottery and the glazes and I think brushes too. And basically it's the whole kit, and take it home, create it, paint it, bring it back in, and we'll fire it for you. Macy's would, which is cool. Macy's had kilns. I mean, isn't that cool? That's cool. So he did that and loved it. He was an artist at the time anyway, and I'm sorry for my voice here. I ate something that was sour, and so I'm like, anywho, excuse me. So yeah, so he was born in Bohemia in 1889 and came to U.S. as an apprentice with the Hester Decorating Company in New York City. 1917, Macy's department store ran an ad for do-it-yourself kit, yada, yada, right? So all the stuff I just said. So, and he loved it. And he was giving it as gifts, and his friends were like, I want one of those, I want one of those. So he's like, maybe there's a market for that. So he started making more. And then he went to Macy's and bought his own kiln. So not only was Macy's firing pottery for you, Macy's was selling kilns in 1917, which is so cool. It's so cool. So anyway, I mean, because that's not, when I think Macy's, that's not what I think. So I think it's really cool. So anyway, he bought a kiln. He started his own little pottery thing. And he was using very, you can see, like the designs and the styles, right? So it's, right? It matches. He had a very distinctive look and style and whatnot that he just really loved. And then he went back to Czechoslovakia and opened a ceramics factory over there. And that was the one that was called the Peasant Art Industry. But then he trained people how to paint the styles and colors that he liked, the designs that he liked. And then he imported them back into New York. So anyway, this is one of those pieces, and I just think it's really cool. So I found it, and you know, again, how do I recognize things? I just look for things that are different, that I've never seen before, or something that I know is fantastic that I have seen before. This was one that was just like, oh, that's different. I've never seen anything like that before. And turn it over and it's like, oh, it's from Czechoslovakia and it's old. We'll take that. So I paid $3.99 for it. They sell around 28-ish. And I said ish, 'cause, you know, they're really 26, 28, 30, 26. Yeah, I mean, they don't, it's right around that price point. So anyway, something to be on the lookout for. Again, I paid $3.99 for it. I don't think I'd pay too much more than that, you know, maybe $5, but I don't think I'd pay more than that if you see something like this. But anyway, again, it's Mrazck. So maybe it's just Mark. Mrak or Mrak. That's not it. I don't know, y'all. Hopefully one of you guys can tell me how to pronounce it maybe in the comments. So then on my way home, I stopped at the Unique Savers, the one that's between my brother's house and mine. I don't go there very often. It's very expensive. So I found this. Y'all recognize this, right? Because we're all getting really familiar with Claudine Buell. This is the third Claudine Buell I've found in a year. So here it's signed, Claudine Buell. And this one does have her sticker on the bottom. And this one is not rusted anywhere. It's in fantastic condition. Now it's slightly smaller. The last one we looked at, the last bigger purple one, is really, it's much bigger than this guy. I think this guy's around 8 inches or so. But this exact one, this exact same fish sold on eBay on May 3rd of this year for $50. Okay, so it's basically, I mean, it's not this physical exact one, at least I don't think it is, but it is like cut the same way and designed very, very similarly. So yeah, $50. It might be a little bit less than that. It is smaller than my other one that I sold. And I do still have the other one. So that was exciting. I paid $7.99 for that. So, you know, again, that particular place is a little pricey. As far as Claudine and the information about her, I just don't have much. She's very enigmatic. I think she was born somehow or was working somehow up in the like north middle of the country, like Michigan, Wisconsin, somewhere up in there. And they retired somewhere else, and I'm not remembering where, and just went off the grid. So I got nothing on her, and I'm sorry about that. But her stuff is very well known. If you search on her, you will find lots and lots of steel sculptures. The cat ones seem to sell the best, of course, because everybody loves cats, or a lot of people love cats. And I didn't realize she made cat sculptures because all I ever find are the fish. But that was exciting. Okay, so then on the 12th, I went out after work. It was a good little trip. I was only there for like, I don't know, maybe a half hour, but it was a good little trip. Let me show you a couple things. Getting close to the holidays, so ornaments are popping up. But do you guys recognize these little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? This is Yukon Cornelius and Sam the Snowman. Now they have been used. These are not brand new in box. They were reboxed in the original boxes, which is fantastic. These were in 2005. The ones that I've found online do not have the boxes, but it is this exact set of ornaments. It's from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Let's see, copyright 2005. So they're just under vintage. Next year, or in a couple months, they'll be considered vintage. So I paid $1.99 for each of these, and the ones that I've found that have sold without boxes have sold for $25, like right at $24.99, $24.97, you know, right at $25. So that was kind of fun. I was excited, and the condition is great. I mean, like, even though I think they've been taken out of the box and used, no issues. I mean, they're in really, really good condition. So that was a fun one. Then I found this little egg trinket box. And again, just sitting on the shelf, right? And it looks like it's hand painted, but the secret of this one, it is not actually. The white is hand painted. The image of the flowers below the white, if you look at it under the loupe, it's got lots of little dots, like it was printed. So it's either a transfer or somehow printed onto the box, but then all those white highlights are painted on with a brush. Now, do we know who made this? Yes, we do. Oops, gosh, I wish it would focus. So this is Limoges. Limoges is good. So, yeah, and it's in good condition. I'll go ahead and open it for you. So it's in great condition. None of the brass has worn away. The clasp works, right? It clicks open and closed. There's no scratches, no chips, no anything. So I paid $3.99 for this Limoges trinket box egg, and they sell in the 15 to 30 range. So that's exciting. So probably he'd be around 18 to 24, I would say. Yeah, that was an exciting one. It's like, oh my gosh, what is that? And then I found this little vanity bottle. Now this has got some age to it as well. This is Bohemian glass. This is from Czechoslovakia. And it's got the little sprinkly thing at the top. So this would have been a vanity bottle and it would have held rose water. In fact, it still smells a little rose watery. It smells like grandma. You can quote me on that. Anywho, it's got the screw top on it. So this comes off here. Whoops, come on. Gosh, I wonder if it also does not. Boy, it'd be really hard to pour rose water into that tiny little hole. So maybe it came like that. Maybe it came filled with rose water. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe they had like a little funnel they came with. Anyhow, vanity bottle, Czechoslovakia, Bohemia. Hand painted, gold, gilded, little vanity bottle for rose water. I couldn't find this exact one online. I paid $1.99 for it. The solds that are similar are like 15 all the way up to 35, but there's nothing that's like that exact shape. There are some screw-on ones and whatnot, but yeah. So yeah, this guy. So I was excited. I mean, I just love when I notice things there that other people have missed. It's just an exciting little high. All right, then, now this one's probably not worth a ton. It's a tiny little tree with rocks. It's wire, it's all wound wire. Now it is missing one stone, and then it's got a couple stones where they, like the area that they were glued to. Well, actually, you know what? It might be missing another one. Missing one there. Hang on. Missing two stones. Missing two stones, and then there was one place where one was loose. You could tell it was a little wiggly. So I will figure out how to fix that. I will either find a similar stone and glue it on, or I will possibly wind the place. So the place that's missing, let's see if you can see it. It's right there. That's like a bunch of glue. It's not a stone. So one thing I can do, because it's all the wires are all twisted, you can see like all the branches are twisted. So if I just cut that and then twist that branch with the other branch, that would be one way to fix it if I don't find any other pieces of rock. I may keep it. I kind of like it. It's really cool. So anyway, I paid $2.99. These guys sell between 18 and 30. And you'll see all kinds of different ones. There's a lot more that are current. I don't know how old this is. It still has a sticker on the bottom, but it almost looks like it's a sticker for someone selling it at a yard sale or like a community yard sale, because it has a name on it. So I'm not really sure what that is or if it's a store. I'll have to look that up. I hadn't had a chance. So anyway, I found that, and then the last thing I found there, I was so excited about until I got it home. So this is a beautiful agate and wood coaster set, and it's a set of 6 coasters. Now, of course, it was heavily taped with stickers over the tape, so you can't take it apart when you are in the store. So I took it apart when I got home, and I mean, beautiful coaster, and I love agate, right? That's gorgeous. And the backs are just backs, no issues. So I think I have 2 that are really good, or yeah, 2 that are really good. Now this one has a little bit of a cracky crease in the back, but it seems fine, except the wood. See a little crack in the wood right there at the tip of my fingernail. Okay. And then, oh, it also has some, no, not scratching, just that little crack. And then it gets bad. So this guy's cracked. You can see right at my forehead. You can see that crack there. And this guy's cracked down at the bottom. And this guy's cracked. So I have 3 good, and this one's really cracked. Like it's got a crack here, but look at the back. Like that's severe. So the wood shrunk somehow. And it just basically cracked. So fixable, maybe. I would obviously need to disclose that, as with the tree, if I make any changes to it. And this one, you can see the crack went that way along the wood. I'm not sure if this is fixable, and this is the 3rd one, right? And then these guys, like I said, this one was cracked in the back, but there really wasn't, there's not a terrible crack here, just starting a crack. And then these 2 are perfect. This one and this one. And of course, they had the perfect ones on top. So I don't know. I paid $3.99 for the set. When I was looking at them doing a lens search in the store, they were like $80 listed. So I'm like, oh, that's so exciting. But that's not how they sold. The solds of the ones that are not broken are in the 20 to 40 range. I mean, it's still good if you pay $2.99. However, those are not broken and these are. So I don't know if it's worth selling just 2. Probably not. I am tempted to try to fix them. And I don't know if it's a wood putty situation with stain. I have to think on how I would go about repairing these. I don't have any great tips for you. I mean, like if you can take tape off things that are heavily taped and don't mess things up too badly, like if they will let you in the store, you definitely want to look things over so you don't have hidden damage like this. In some cases, it's a gamble. You know, you just gamble. This was $4, $3.99. I took a gamble that when I took all the tape off, everything would be fine. And it's not exactly fine. So to be determined on those as far as, you know, what the outcome of them will be and if they will be fixed, if, you know, parts of it will be sold. I just don't know yet. All right, so then I went to one more. I went over to Savers afterwards, and I was focusing on Italy, and you know, just kind of put out to the universe, please let me find some Italy things. I don't know, but somebody dropped off a whole bunch of Italy stuff, so that was really cool. The first one I found. Now this may be a little more modern. I'm not sure. This is actually signed Perini, and I did look up Perini. And the original Maestro, this would in fact be vintage if this is his. And I think it is. His son, the ceramics that are coming out of there now are not signed. So I think this is from the father. I think this is from the master, the Maestro. And he found, his name was Lauro. And he founded this Perini, Ceramic Arts de Perini, Ceramiche Art de Perini or something like that, 1979. about 20 minutes from Florence, Italy. So this is, it's a little bowl-ish. It does have a sticker on the back that says San Gimignano, Italy, Ceramica Artistica, and it's got a phone number. So there's that. But Perini is a well-known maestro, ceramic artist in Italy. He was born in 1956. I don't know if he is still making pottery. It says, now I don't know how old this article is. Yeah, it doesn't say. So this article says, Maestro Lauro Perini and his family continue to run the workshop and take pride in their craft. He received the title of Arts Maestro after studying at the Arts Institute for Ceramics in Sesto Fiorentino, in Florentine area. So anyway, super exciting. I paid $4.89 for this. They sell around 15 to 30. I'm thinking possibly with the signature, it might be a little bit more. There were some that were as high as 50, but definitely 18 to 24 range and up. And it's so pretty. So that'll be in my Italy sale next week, potentially, most likely. We'll just go through all the rest of the Italy stuff since I'm mentioning it now. Garuda, now you know I have another one very, very similar to this. Basically this design, slightly different layout of the flowers. This is made in Italy. It's Garuda, so it's signed. You get the little stamp at the bottom that is not focusing. It's a sticker. It says basically made by hand in Italy. Ceramiche d'Art, Sambuco, Mario, and C. Sons in Garuda. So there's that guy. I paid $2.09 for that. And they sell 8 to 20. Most of them are in the 12 to 15 range. I got basically same but different, right? So this instead of the multicolor is just all kind of maroon. So, you know, someone who has a more monochromatic or colorful decor and wants to tone it down, right? So anywho, this would be super fun for that. And they nest perfectly. Like they're the same size and shape. And then the third one I picked up, same company, has a rooster and a little bit of a different design. So there's, again, the stamp and stuff on the back. Each one of them separately was $2.09. They all sell, like I said, 12 to 15 is where most of the solds are. And there are a ton of solds. So I'm pretty sure once I get these up, they should move. But they're going to be offered first in my live sale on the tour of Italy, if anyone there wants to buy them in real time. And then the last Italy piece I found there is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous plate. I mean, look at this thing. This is fantastic. Look at the colors, the shapes, the detail on this piece. Now, it is signed Garuda with no additional signature on it. So this one I paid a little more for. It was $5.59. And I think this one, the more detailed, larger plates like this are in the 25 to 50 range. So I got really lucky on the Italy. Yeah. So the other thing that I found there, also exciting, a little Fenton pitcher. So this one is Fenton. At least that's what the interwebs are telling me. So we're supposed to have another Fenton sale. I can't remember. I think it's either January or February. So if I can get enough pieces between now and then, I'll participate in that. Otherwise, this will just go up separately and won't be in an actual live sale. But Fenton Cranberry pitcher, and it's fun. It's a little bit bigger than the other pictures that I have from this time frame. I paid $2.09 for that. And the solds on these are 12 to 18. Okay, so not huge profit there, but a little bit. I also found this one, and this one was made in Hungary, not in Italy. This even has a little sticker that says made in Hungary, Mesa International, Warner, New Hampshire. handcrafted in Hungary. I wonder if there's a New Hampshire in Hungary or if this is like an importer. And then it does appear to be signed. Okay, I'm not sure what that says, but it looks like a signature. Yeah. So anyway, the ones that I'm seeing online, I don't see this exact colorway. I see some that are same design but different colors. And those are in the 14 to 24 range. So $2.79 is what I paid. Probably get at least 12 on it. Probably list it. I'd probably start it. I don't know. I'd probably start it at 24 if I'm going to do it as a buy it now. We'll see on that. Okay. So, and then the only other thing I found there, you'll love this, and you'll recognize this. So, remember who made this one? So we had either last week or the week before, very recently, we had basically this exact same thing, but instead of Santa, it had snowmen on it. This is a large votive holder from the company Folio Art Glass in New Jersey. So it's Kim Folio, and she's been making these for quite some time. And it was kind of exciting because it's like one of those things where, like, we just did the research on the snowman. I messaged with her, got the affirmation that it was hers. And this is basically the exact same thing. It's got that wavy glass. It's got the shape like this, except instead of snowman, it's got Santas on it. So as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's Folio Art Glass. I knew what it was. So that was exciting. I paid a little more than normally I would because I knew what it was. I wanted to have it. I'm not planning on making a huge profit off this. I paid $7.34 for it. The last one I had sold for $16, the snowman, just a couple weeks ago, I would say. So yeah, so $7.34. If it sells for $16 minus fees and whatnot, we basically doubled our money on this little guy. So kind of fun. So that was an exciting little trip. Then I went out middle of the week during a lunch break. I think it was Thursday, maybe. I was specifically looking for cats, so I went to the Cat and Dog Rescue thrift because they have so many cat and dog figurines that people donate. The problem with them is they list everything at retail or really close to it. And so typically I will go in like on Labor Day or Memorial Day or like certain days they have entire store 50% off sales. So then I'll go in and I'll try to stock up on whatever's left. This time I didn't have the luxury of being able to wait. So I paid the high prices to have more things for my cat sale tonight. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest that you buy things at these prices, but let's take a look at what I got. So first I got this surprised white porcelain cat. He's so cute. He's vintage for sure. Not sure where he's from. Part of me says Japan, but I'm not sure. I can't vouch for anything about this dude other than the solds are only around $10. So I paid $3.99 for this. So that was, I mean, I kind of figured I could double my money on that. So we'll say 8 to 12 on him. And he's already listed. Pre-bids are open in my cat show for tonight. If you go over to niknax.net, look for my orange cats and dogs thumbnail, there's the word. You can click into the show and you can look at what I've got and then you can pre-bid. Okay, so, and then the other one that was $3.99. Now this has been, I did some things. So this dude, I gave him whiskers. He only had 2 whiskers. He had 2 bottom whiskers and they were really kind of rusty and, which probably was great, but there were holes in the top 4. So I took out the rusty ones. I used it to determine the size. I used like hat pins that had like a little ball type thing at the end. Like the big, I don't know what you call them, the big pins that have like this they look like a turkey baster thing at the end. So I put those in. I did clip off the little turkey baster ball thingies. I know you guys are probably laughing at me right now. Anywho, yes, they look a little ridiculous because they are very stiff and very shiny. It's very easy to pop them out and fix it with your own pieces of wire, should you choose to do that. But that's what I chose to put in there for now for tonight's show. So this is a napkin holder or letter holder. It's a cat and a bird. It's wood. There's a thing down here that's probably from where it was sold. I'm gonna have to look at that under the loop because I do see a .com. So this is not it. I don't think it's vintage. I don't know where it's from. I don't know who made it. I don't know how much it cost. I don't know anything about this guy. I paid $3.99 for it. I don't know, man. 15, 12, 18. I don't know. The wooden cat things, some of them sell for a lot of money. Like some of them are listed 36, 52, you know, and whatnot. I mean, on up. They're listed. There's a lot of things that are similar that are new, but they're not like this. It's not a letter holder, napkin holder. So it's hard to value this guy. So we will see. I'm going to auction him off tonight if anyone is interested in him. And we shall see how that goes. I also picked up, now this one is probably I should have left it in the store one. I paid too much. This is a glass paperweight. It is black. I have come to find out that it is Hallmark, or at least it was sold in Hallmark. So it was made in Taiwan. It's Special Gifts by Crowning Touch. Some of the listings have this exact cat and say Hallmark. So I'm going to assume that's where it was sold. I thought this was a cat leaning on a ball, but I think that it's just a fat cat, maybe? I don't know. Maybe tonight the people will tell me. So I paid $9.99 for him. He's worth about $9.99. So I'm probably not going to make a lot of money on him, but I wanted to have more cats and more variety, so I picked him up. And then the other one I also paid way up for, but you have to look at this, and I think I will make some money on this. Look at this. 2 cats. They smile. There's a little turn crank here. They're dancing, kissing cats. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I think it's the cutest thing ever. It's in really good condition. It's a little dusty. I cleaned it a little bit. I may try to clean it a little more before tonight, but I paid $19.99 for this. Okay, it's crazy. There's a sold, and it was right around 40. Let me look at this again. Nope, I'm wrong. 25. The sold was 25. I paid 20, $19.99. So is there money to be made here? Probably not. The listeds are in the 40 to 60 range, but that one sold that I found was $25. So I'm probably going to list him or start him at 18 since I paid like 20 for him. See if anybody wants him. And if he doesn't sell tonight, it will probably go up on eBay for 28, maybe. We'll see. So that was what I did there. It was I went a little cray-cray, but I wanted to have a few more than what I had. Okay, then I went out on the 15th after work. Yes, Friday. And I found a couple more things to show you guys. I'll make sure I didn't miss talking about anything. I did not. Okay, so menorah. So I found another menorah. This will be menorah number 4 for my collection here. Now that it is coming up on Hanukkah, I will be listing these on eBay. It was filthy. I did a lot of cleaning on this guy. The problem is he's missing one little enamel right there. One little enamel piece. It would have been this color blue right there. I don't think I'm going to try to fix it. I could get some enamel paint, thin it down to the right thinness, make sure it's the right color, put it in there, let it dry. I could do that. Or I could just disclose that it's missing a piece. So I'll give it some thought. I mean, I'll disclose it either way. If I fix it, I have to say, you know, as is, one of the pieces was missing and I had to fill it in with paint. But, you know, sometimes it's better to leave it as is and let the buyer do the fixing, and just disclose what needs to be fixed. So there's that. I didn't realize it was missing a thing when I bought it. I paid $3.99 for it. The solds right now used are 28. That's a contemporary piece. The new ones are 35. Used are 28. So missing the little chunky things, probably closer to 18. Or I'd listed at 18 and taken offer for a little bit less. So there's that guy. Then I picked up this little sun catcher. Where'd it go? Oh, is it in the other room? It might be in the other room. I was cleaning it. It might still be in the sink. It's a round sun catcher with like butterflies and flowers on it. It's a little bit faded. So I paid only 99 cents for it. The ones that are really, really bright and vibrant sell in the 12 to 24 range. So they're definitely worth picking up if you see them for 99 cents. This one I think will probably sell for closer to 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 because it is a little bit muted, like it's been in the sun for a while. I really don't see it here, so I must have left it in the other room, and I'm sorry. Okay, so then this is one we can talk about an artist. So this is a little pot. I guess we would call it a weed pot. Little pot. It's signed Wanda Eastham right here. And it's got little words around it. And it says, "Oh God, help me to believe that the truth about myself, no matter how..." Oh wait, did I skip a word? Wait, I think I missed it. "Oh God, help me to believe the truth." There we go. "Help me to believe the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it is." Oh, so she actually grew up in Rhode Island. She graduated, I found out a lot about her. She graduated in 1958, so she is 12 years older than me. No, 22 years older than me. Yeah, the latter. She's like around my mom's age. So anyway, she then went to college, also in Rhode Island, and she now lives in Hilton Head, South Carolina. She did pottery for a really long time, and she did a lot of teaching, and she wrote a couple books. She's very spiritual, very religious. Her books are religious type books. After 2005, when she turned 65 and she retired, she stopped doing pottery. So she shifted and started painting, and then started teaching seniors and developmentally disabled people how to do all the things. So let me see, I have a picture. So she's 83 years old. She'll be 84, according to one website, in like a week. So she, let's see, she gave up being a potter at 65 and turned to teaching adults to paint, and then returned to the art of clay in the program that she's doing with the developmentally disabled adults. And that was in 2012. So this is her from in 2011 with her husband. Okay, that's Wanda. That's Wanda. And this is one of her pottery pieces from before 2005. So it is vintage because she started in, before that. And it's really cool. It's got like, it looks like a beach scene. Grasses from the beach and seagulls and ocean. It's just really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not signed at the bottom, but it's signed on the side here. So anyway, I paid $1.99, and she calls this motto ware because each piece that she makes has some sort of verbiage on it, different mottos and different sayings and things. There's one sold almost identical to this with different colors, and it sold for $19.99. So again, I paid $1.99, so it's 10 times the value in theory for this piece. So that was fun. Then I found a little Canala vase. Sadly, a little too late for my Latin American train, which was last week, but it's really pretty. So I paid 99 cents for this. They sell 12 to 18. So that was a good pickup. It's got one little ding at the bottom here, and it looks like that happened while the clay was drying. It's also signed. Actually, probably this way. So that's kind of fun. Then I found a broken thing. Didn't know it was broken when I picked it up. So I'm going to keep this. Actually, this was an ornament. This is Kitris Art Glass. It's blown, and it's a heart, and it's got cranberry and purple. It would have had up here a piece that comes up and makes a loop so you could hang it as an ornament. This is broken off. Now, I made the assumption in the store, I didn't recognize it was broken. I thought it was some type of perfume bottle that was missing its stopper. When I did the research when I got home, I realized, nope, that's not it. It's a broken ornament. So I'm probably going to keep it, laying down in my glass. I have a case displaying various glass things. It'll probably live there for a while. I may try to figure out what I can do to fix this. If there's a way to put something in that like opens up inside that would still support the weight so you could use it as an ornament. But for now, that's going to live with me. I paid $1.99 for it. If you find them not broken, if they're new with tags, they sell for about $20. They're at $19.99. If they are without tags and appear to be used, they're selling around $10 to $12. So anyway, pick that up for me. This is a fun one. Okay, hang on. This is so fun. So this is a little, I don't know if you've seen the things like with the birds pecking. So this is a fox knitting a sock. He's got the little thing here. And the way it works, you just kind of, I'm gonna have to turn it the other way. You do make a circle with it, and the fox knits. And the little ball of yarn that's on the floor next to him, moves around, or her, I guess it's a her fox. I guess it could be a he fox knitting, but it's a fox knitting. Coolest thing, right? So I paid $2.99 for this. Now this is from Russia. The company is Bogorodska. I don't know. It's a long name. It may be the city actually rather than the company. And it's just a carved wood toy. They had a lot of different designs. Like I said, you may have seen the pecking chickens. That's the one that I'm most familiar with. I'd never seen the knitting fox. Solds are all over the place. They seem to sell fast. So the solds are, I'm going to just list them, $12.99, $16.99, $18.50, $18.95, $19.99. So I would call it 12 to 20 on the solds. But he's in really, really good condition. It's so cool. So that one, I'm not sure. He needs to be shown in a live sale. He has to be demonstrated. So I may hold on to that for a little bit, or I may just decide to list it on eBay. And then lastly, I found a champagne flute that I can't find anything about. So it's a beautiful crystal champagne flute. Love that. So it's crystal. It's beautiful. It's got a blown, I think the whole thing is blown. It's got this little blown glass orb here, and then an applied stringer that just kind of goes around. So it's a swirl. Stringer is like that thin piece of glass that, that they'll use the torch and they'll heat it up and they'll just wind it around. And it's just so perfectly done. So it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I was expecting it to be signed once the stickers were off. It is not signed. I can't find anything like it on Google Lens. So it may be imported. I'm not sure from where. I mean, it screams Polish glass to me, but I can't say that for sure. I don't know. It could be Czech. It could be Italian. I mean, it's quality. This one, I have a glass show the first week of December, like the week after Thanksgiving. So this will probably be in the glass show. I'm not sure yet. So anyway, totals. I spent, including the cats. I spent $113.17. Values around 450, 453, 455, 450 something ish. So that's right around 4x. And oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention to the time. Thank you so much for sticking with me here. I'll see you guys next week or tonight. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, all the things. I did have a little blurb on the Russian toy company here. They've been known since the 17th century, and they're like for kids, for helping develop their motor skills, you know, just anyway, that's it. Have a great day. Have a great week. And hopefully I'll see you tonight. If not, we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.